Well, good morning and welcome back. Welcome back to what you may say. Well, welcome back to the reality of putting in a work day. Today is January 3rd. Yesterday was the holiday for the new year since it had fallen on Sunday. So today, Tuesday, people are back at it. People are going to work and picking up their schedule after a nice couple of weeks to the end of December. Just taking it easy and spending time with family, which is so important. And so, what have I got to say this morning? Well, I just wondered if anybody's worked on their goals towards the end of last year. We really need to have objectives set out, goals of what it is that we want to accomplish. And there's no better time than the end of the year to start out the new year with new goals. Or just reassessing, reviewing, and re-implementing our old goals. And that's different than resolutions. Resolutions are, I promise I'm going to make it to the gym every day this week, and I'm going to, take off that 20 pounds that I've been meaning to take off for how many years. And you know what? We usually get into that for a couple of weeks, maybe a month, 3 months if we're lucky, before we start falling into old habits again. And so goals are different because goals really should be set upon our values. That's really the first step of setting goals. Determining what's important in our lives and why we do it. The why, the motivation for why we get up in the morning and we go to work and we perform those functions and actions of our daily tasks to bring in money for our family and pay the rent, pay the mortgage, whatever it is. What are the values that all of that is based on? What's important to us? For you, is that your faith, what you do to give back to the community, what you do to honor your God, your beliefs? Is it your family? Is that your first priority? Is that the basis and foundation for your values, where you're really doing it because you have someone else in your life, your partner, your wife, that you spend your life with, that you really want to make a difference? In my faith, our vocation as married couples is really to help our spouse get to heaven. That's the value. That's the foundation that we want to work on. And then, of course, kids. And now for me, grandkids. What is it that I want to leave them of me going into their lives, spending their life? How do I want them to be able to look back and see their grandfather? That's important. That's the value that establishes the things that I do, and the reason that I set goals, and the reason that I drag my butt out of bed in the morning and start those tasks. So, what is it for you? What are those values? What are those things that are important to you that motivate you? And once you determine what that is, then you can really say, well, in order to live those goals, to live those values, these are the things that I need to do throughout the year. These are the things that I need to accomplish to live those values. And those are strategies. And, we just come up with a few strategies that are the things that we want to have impact our lives. And then, of course, once we have a strategy, we set out the goals. These are the task items. These are the action steps that I'm going to take on a monthly, weekly, daily, even hourly basis, so that I achieve those strategies, those goals, so that I live those values that are important to me. And if you've done that, the end of 2022, more power to you. Most people don't do it. Most people carry it around in our heads and say, well, I'm going to do this, and, I'm going to make it different this year. And, but spending the time, spending the exercise, taking the exercise to really remind ourselves, and if we've never done it before, establish what those values are for ourselves, outline those strategies that we want to achieve, and then break that down into the action items to achieve those. That's really important for us to do because so few people do it. It sets us apart when we actually do that, put it in writing. And so if you haven't done that as of yet, if you're in sales, if you own a business, that's where I come in with people, especially realtors, people in real estate, or the affiliated services, the title and escrow and things like that, where I help those people establish those values, not establish them, but recognize those values that are important to them, and help them identify the strategies that they want to achieve. And then I can help actually point out some tactics and action steps, those details that'll help them achieve that. The first couple of things have got to come from you. Your values have to be determined by you. Your strategies, the things you want to accomplish in life, have to be determined by you. The tasks, that's just the steps, and anybody, an accountability partner, a trainer, anybody can help you with that if you take those first couple of actions. So if you're in the industry and you want some guidance and some help with that, by all means, give me a holler. I would love to help, and I enjoy doing that, and I've been doing it for years. I got a lot of tools that help me stay on track with that, and I'm happy to share those with you and with others. So if it's important enough to you to leave that legacy of yourself to your community, to your family, give me a shout out. I'm happy to help. You have a wonderful day, and let's have a fantastic year.